if that isn't nice landscape of England. The rolling hills, green, surprisingly nice weather. But anyways, we are not here for the weather, but for some not so historically correct pun that was adapted here for the game. Namely, with this person here, who sent us on a journey for a sauce with recipes he tried so far. Bullhead, too sweet. Brown trout, too pungent. Pollock, too flaky. Haddock, strange texture. Flatfish, too lean. So we see he's experimenting with a sauce made from fish. And yeah, he brings something for him.
Oh, good. Please, add it to the pot.
We have an eel. So, another fish for the sauce.
Ah, here it is. Would you be so kind?
You want me to taste this?
Of course, for your palate is far less tainted than mine. Take a generous amount, too.
Let's test the sauce then.
And? Verdict?
Oh, no. Not quite there.
Sounds great.
Lord.
If it helps, I've had worse.
I suppose that's it then. It's over. Time for me to pack up my things and see what the fruits of another kingdom might offer me.
Where will you go?
Worcester, I think. Though I'll be buggered if I'm going to name my sauce after that paltry place. Thank you for all your help. I don't know many Danes, and I don't care to, but you've helped bring closure to this journey. If I could ask one more favor of you, it would be to take this failure to the grottos below my home. I can't stand the sight of it.
Farewell. Luck be with you. You will need it.
Ledecestrescire Sauce, and he thinks about going to Worcester, now referred to as Worcester, but would avoid calling it sauce after this place. So, of course, this is a pun on Worcestershire Sauce. It is historically inaccurate that this was developed during Anglo-Saxon times. It is, so far as true, a sauce of basically fermented ingredients. It's a fermented liquid, and there are multiple historical references. Basically, in antiquity, in Greek antiquity, in Roman antiquity, there have always been experiments with this kind of sauce. So, when it comes to going to Worcester and creating a sauce there is a couple hundred years too early. It wasn't developed in Anglo-Saxon times, but during the first half of the 19th century by the pharmacists John Wheely Lear and William Henry Perrins in the city of Worcester. It has been used as a generic term since 1876. What is historically true is that it's a fish-based fermented sauce. Still, the Worcestershire sauce doesn't have any explicit links to older sauces we had in antiquity or in Anglo-Saxon times. Interestingly enough, he asks us to bring it down into the basement. According to company law, this is quite fitting. So they also experimented with a mixture in the beginning, and one of the earlier sauces was so strong. Put it here.
It was not for a lack of trying.
No, definitely not. One of the sauces was so strong that they actually considered it, so the company creating that, inedible, and the barrel was abandoned in a basement and left there for a couple months until it had become less strong. So even that is, in a way, according to company law, still, it is, in a way, a myth, one could say, an urban legend of the 19th century, and definitely not of the 9th century, so we're roughly 1,000 years early. Not close, but 900 something. Wilfrid's abominations. I mean, if you've tried Worcester sauce before without anything else and just taking some of that, that kind of fits. I've begun to experiment with some of my failed sauces. Perhaps some fermentation will lead to better result. Also that, as that is true, it is fish-based fermented sauce. Or was, at least in the beginning. Now there are different recipes, also vegetarian or vegan alternatives, but the original one was basically that. It's worth a try, the only problem with the stench. Well, have you smelled it? This is why I've decided to store them below. Here is hoping I can make something out of nothing. Well, it's a nice pun. It's a nice, historical play on Worcestershire sauce. Still, historically not valid. It's basically here for the game and for the fun of it. There's some truth to it about the ingredients and basically about storing it in the basement. And as I said, we have recipes going back to ancient Greek times. Still, not our Worcestershire sauce. And he referred to the place, saying, I won't name it after that place. So it's a direct pun to that. Still historically used here, historically inaccurate. It's just there for the game. Still, nice side quest though.